Okay, Lynn, thanks for joining us. Is there anything you want to tell us?
I'm going to the West Coast.
Oh my gosh, I know. We are just hopping on here with my Good Vibes FC co host for a quick interview around this massive news. Such a shock to a lot of people. We found out earlier this week in a leak that you're moving from Gotham to Seattle. Lynn, congrats on the trade. How are you feeling?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited to get closer to home. I think that my end goal was always going to be West Coast and be closer to family. But I'm also like sad to be leaving Gotham. I never thought that I would be somebody who would play for so many different teams. So it's definitely bittersweet, but I am excited for the new opportunity and the new challenge and just to continue to be able to play soccer and hopefully my family can come to more games.
I know. I'm really happy for you that you'll be closer to your family. So just to sum this up, you're going to be moving from Gotham, where you played for 2 seasons. You scored 11 regular season goals. You won an NWSL championship, and you're going to the Seattle Reign. You also just got married. You're currently in Australia, and I feel like you're just living a lot of lives right now. So is it like kind of a whirlwind? Like, how are you managing so many things happening at once?
Yeah, it is a whirlwind. Just got married. We're about to have a second wedding. We are trying to get our house together for my family all to come over. And the trade happened like fairly quickly. I think we had been exploring different like opportunities and options for a bit, but then this one in particular, like I think I gave the okay one day and then like 3 days later the news leaked. So it was kind of like pretty, like in that case, disappointing. Just I wasn't able to really tell my teammates yet because everything happened so fast. So that was disappointing. But yeah, it's just everything kind of feels like a whirlwind right now. So we're obviously over here. At some point, I need to figure out how to get all my stuff across the country, but I feel like I'm a pro mover at this point.
I actually want to ask you more about like the logistics of moving in a little bit, but I wanted first to ask about the leak. Like, I think when news like this comes out before it's intended, I'm really curious. I have experience with that too that I can talk about, but I'm curious how that made you feel. You mentioned that you hadn't had a chance to tell your teammates yet. What does that feel like for you?
Yeah, well, one, I'm like, how is this happening? Like, who's telling what to who? But it just makes me feel a little disappointed. Like, I know news articles want to be the first people to report, and I understand that, like, there's a job to be done there. But at the same time, like I said, I wasn't able to tell my teammates first. I wasn't able to tell some of my friends and family. Like everybody's getting to know at the same time, and that's like really disappointing to me. Just I like to think I'm somebody who will face like hard things and be able to tell people first and foremost to hear it from the horse's mouth instead of just online. And yeah, it was just a bit disappointing in that sense.
Yeah, I remember, you might remember this too, when I decided to go play for Man City, that news broke before I had told our North Carolina Courage teammates. And
Yeah.
I felt similarly, like it was really hard for me to stomach. It almost made me feel like I like did something wrong or did something like
Yeah.
sneaky or shady, but in actuality, it just wasn't, the news wasn't ready to be public yet. And so I kind of like panicked and felt really bad for my teammates that I wasn't able to tell them. And it is frustrating. So I'm sorry that you had to like have that layered into what I hope you feel is really good news and a positive thing for you.
Yeah. I mean, it is disappointing. It's okay. I don't think that anything like that is going to ever really let me just get me that down. But it's just disappointing, you know? Like the ink hasn't even dried on the paper yet. Like you understand too, like as a player, you don't want to necessarily tell your teammates yet. If something falls through, then you're like, oops, like I just broke the news too soon. So, I was just waiting for everything to make sure it was like completely solidified. And then literally 2 hours later, I'm getting like texts saying, oh, is this true? And I'm like, wait a second, how do you know that?
Yeah, that's really frustrating. Well, I do want to spend a little time celebrating your career at Gotham. I personally loved having you so close to me here on the East Coast. You were in New Jersey. I got to come see you play a bunch of times and stay with you and sleep on your futon, which I love. Hopefully you'll be bringing that with you to Seattle. I know that you had lots of good moments with Gotham, including breaking the NWSL's all-time goal-scoring record and winning the championship last year. So what's your favorite memory that you have from playing for Gotham?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would have to be the championship. I think that, well, two, on the field championship. I think that was obviously amazing. While we're playing, this game is to win championships. So to be able to do that, again, in front of my friends and family, having Marley there, I think for the first time winning a championship was amazing. But like off the field, I think it's just like the connections with your teammates, that you build, and like all the silly times that people don't see. I'm going to definitely obviously miss that. But so on and off the field, there's those two things.
Do you have one specific silly time off the field in mind with all your friends that you'll remember forever?
Do you want it to be including you?
No, it does not have to be including me. I just want to know what the girls are up to.
This is so random, but like I do feel, because obviously there was like go bats, I started to like flip my teammates upside down in like the bat position, and we started taking pictures like that. So there's like a couple of bats around. And I just felt like my teammates were so trusting, because literally people would just like close their eyes and fold their arms. And I'm like, you guys, like I could drop you on your noggin at any moment. But thank you so much for trusting me.
Oh my gosh, wow. That is a really fun memory. You can fold me up into the bat position next time I see you if you can lift me up.
Yeah, let's try.
How would you sum up your Gotham experience and what it meant to you to play in the New York, New Jersey area for the Bats?
I think I wrote this in the like press release, but I just have like immense like gratitude for going through the doors of Gotham. Obviously, they traded for me when I was coming back from an injury, and I think that's always taking a chance on a player when you're coming back from a big injury. So I just feel like when I think of Gotham, I have so much like gratitude in my heart. It's like so much thankfulness. I loved being able to play in front of the fans and really connect with them. I loved getting to know every single one of them and seeing them game after game. And just like there's a vibe about New York and New Jersey that I'm definitely gonna miss. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like a feeling, a vibe. Like it's always something going on. It's like a really cool city to just be a part of. But I feel like I really took advantage of everything that Gotham was able to give me and New York was able to give me. So at this moment in my career, I'm excited to just hold those memories with me, but move forward.
Yeah. Well, there's so much to look forward to in Seattle. When you think about a move, when you are thinking about a trade or just a move in your career, what are the factors that you consider? Obviously, there's like location, there's the contract, there's the other players on the team, the coach. What do you think was most important to you in this situation?
I think a couple of things. One, obviously, like I said, proximity to family. I originally, when I got traded from North Carolina, wanted to get closer to family and somehow ended up almost further away. So proximity to family. Also, like just looking at the culture that's there. I don't want to get into everything with the end of Gotham, but I am really excited to be a part of a team that looks like they're just enjoying each other and having fun, and a culture that really looks like it's a healthy, fun, loving environment to be around. And I think that that's super important. At the end of the day, it is a game, it's a sport, and we should be having fun doing it. So I want to be in an area that allows that. And then I also, like, every single day, I want to be able to compete for championships. I think that obviously Seattle didn't have the best season this last year, but historically they have had good seasons. And I want to be a part of a culture that has that same mentality of we want to show up every day. We want to enjoy and have fun in a great locker room, but we want to show up every day and get to work and compete for championships, win games. And that was super important to me. So having fun, being close to family, and competing
Lynn, I love hearing that. I'm really excited to see you playing for Seattle. And another reason I think this is so exciting is because of Laura Harvey. I think that Laura is one of the coaches that has consistently been really, really great in this league. I know all the players who play for her really love playing for her. I've only gotten the chance to train under her just a handful of times with the national team, but I think that her expertise and knowledge of the game and experience in this league is really top notch. And I imagine that she is super excited to get to coach you every day in club. So what are some things that you like about Laura, and what ways do you think you can continue to grow your game under a coach like her?
Yeah, definitely. Same. I've only worked with her a handful of times with the national team as well. And every time I worked with her, I felt like she was very attentive to the details. And I think that like my game needs that. I think that no matter how old you get, no matter how long you've been around the game, you can always continue to grow and learn and be challenged and have a different way of viewing the game. And I'm excited to see like tactically what she comes up with. I think that like technically, I think she's going to put like very good training sessions together where I can continue to grow like with my touches, with my skills, like how I'm viewing the game, like all of those types of things. And so I'm just like excited to see how my skill set fits into her natural like game plan and her natural like way of doing things. So I'm excited about that. And I also think just Seattle, not necessarily Laura Harvey, but I think that they have been for a while like missing a stretch forward. And so I'm excited to see how like I fit into that game plan. Because they have like Jordan Heidema, who like scores goals with her eyes closed, and you have Jess Fishlock, who's an amazing midfielder. And so I think that for a long time they've just been missing somebody who can like open up space for them, and hopefully I can be that person for them.
Oh my gosh, lucky Seattle. Well, you mentioned at the top of this interview that you have to now move your life across the country, and I just wanted to give people like a quick insight into what that means. Like, you've moved all across the country multiple times, but what do you literally have to do when you fly back to New York? You're going to like tell us what that's going to entail.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to pack up my apartment. I need to find a moving company. And New York and New Jersey is like hard. Like when I was in Kansas City, I was able to like get a pod where they just like drop the pod one day, you fill it up, and they pick it up the next day and move. But like in New Jersey, you can't just drop a pod in the middle of the street for a day because there's like no room. So I'm going to need to figure out like that situation. I need to get my car over there. I need to turn off the electricity and the utilities. I need to change all of my addresses on like everything, like credit cards, all the things. I literally just went to the DMV and got a New Jersey license, so I'm going to need to change that.
Oh my God.
I'm going to need to do it all. I have a dresser that in the Kansas City move got broke that I just like dealt with this year, and I need to throw that thing away. But like, how on earth am I supposed to throw it away? I can't just like leave it in the apartment and be like, you guys figure it out.
That's
right. I asked for this. I literally asked for this.
Yeah. Fair enough. I do feel though like you should make like Lynn's Guide to Moving, and then it can be like this little brochure that when people have to move for the first time and they have no idea, they can just like read your advice.
That's the truth. You can help, but you can come help me if you want. All she does is laugh.
I think I'm busy that day. But we are so excited for you in this move. Before we let you go, can you just give us a quick highlight from your Malibu wedding?
Well, I think you posted a picture of you like holding 3 cocktails, which was a highlight of my day.
I was delivering them to others.
Sure. To my own belly. The highlight. Well, okay. So I loved getting ready with everybody. I thought that was so fun. It was like so chaotic. I mean, you know this, but like I chose not to hire like hair and makeup. I did it myself, and we all just like did our hair and makeup together. And I thought that was like so fun. And then my lovely friend Samantha got us like a little party bus to go down to the venue. So that was also really fun. I enjoyed that because I was like getting nervous by that time. And so to be able to be with everybody and just sing was very fun. Obviously the ceremony, everybody kept telling me like the sunset was beautiful, but I couldn't focus on the sunset because I was just staring at Marley. And a little like secret, but like as I was walking down the aisle, my like veil got caught. So like that was pretty funny.
I know. I remember seeing your veil. I remember seeing your veil billow up behind you, and then we were all watching you walk towards the aisle, and your head slowly got pulled back like this but you were so gentle about it. Like you could have ripped the veil, but you didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, thank you, Lord, for just the one moment I could have some grace. I was like, yes,
gosh.
thank you.
I know. It was so beautiful.
Did you like the ceremony? Could you see it?
Yes. Oh my God, I could see it so great. I saw everything. It was so beautiful. The sunset was beautiful, but I understand you and Marley were a sight to behold.
Thank you. And then I liked my other two favorite things were like the reception. I felt like it was such an intimate reception. Like I think it was how like the layout was, but it just felt like so wholesome and together. And then immediately I think I went around to everybody and was like, get outside. And so that basically was closed off, and it was like every single person was on the dance floor, which I haven't experienced in other weddings. It's like usually people mingling back and forth, but this time like everybody was on the dance floor. So those were my two favorite things. That
it was so much fun. And I do know that I, of course, know I'm coming to Australia because you're having another wedding. Can you just explain the need for the two ceremonies, just so everybody understands why I keep saying I'm going to Lynn's second wedding?
Yes, because Lynn just is conceited and loves herself so much she needed to. No, I'm just kidding. Marley is Australian. So we decided that we wanted to try to make the travel on people as easy as possible so people could choose which wedding they wanted to go to, because obviously Australia to the US is pretty far. Obviously we said come to both if you can. We would love to have you there, and I'm so happy you're coming to both, but if you couldn't, like my grandma couldn't travel.
I took that literally.
Yeah, like so like my grandma couldn't come to Australia obviously, and Marley's Nana couldn't come to the US, and there was more people like that, so we wanted to make sure everybody was able to be a part of our days, I should say. So we will be having another one in Australia very soon.
Yay. Well, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Thank you so much for coming on. Congrats on the trade. I can't wait to become Seattle Reigns' new #1 fan. And also, I can't wait for Good Vibes to be back early next year. I will see you in early January when I get to Australia.
I will see you. I'm so excited.
Me too. Okay. Congrats, Lynn. I'll talk to you later.